or someone who can't join us. So I'm doing all the things right now. I apologize for that craziness. Okay.
Is it still raining now?
All right, I need to get one more thing, but if you are joining us in Facebook land, welcome. I will not be able to see your comments because I'm doing this live and I can't see all those things, but comment away and then I'll go back and check it out. Below me is the fabulous Miss Sarah. Sarah, are you going to prep live with us too?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a few of them. I didn't get everything. I think I got like 4 meals to start with, but yes.
Perfect. Perfect. I have to get one more thing. There we go. I already had some of the cha-cha chili lime from last season. So I was like, well, I'm going to use that up before I use my new one. Yeah. So Sarah is a veteran freezer meal workshopper from the old days when we did it in person.
Those were the good days.
Those were the good
We
days.
got to have some girl time. We got to have some wine.
I know. Well, I'm thinking we may start to go back to there sometime, but sometimes though, this is very convenient for a lot of people too. So we'll kind of play with it a little, but.
Other than not having a kitchen set up outside, I think you should live stream from your beautiful porch.
Interesting. I like the thought process there. Huh. You know, I could totally make that work.
You know, just for the scenery, just for everyone else to enjoy the view.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, that porch on this week, these past couple of days has been glorious. Oh,
I completely forgot about that. And when you posted that shot, I thought, oh, that was a pang of jealousy. Jealousy. That was rough.
Well, you are always welcome. Everyone is welcome on our porch. I love it. So if you don't know, we are doing the air fryer 10 meal kit. I actually already put when you order the meal kit, you get this piece of paper, an air fryer 10 meal kit. I also, and it gives you, I should say before I even do that, it gives you grocery lists of everything you need to prepare all the meals. I love the grocery list. I don't have to think, and I just love that. I literally did it into Instacart and I had it delivered to my house. I will tell you, Instacart is worth every single penny. This is not paid. They don't pay me. They probably should for as much business as I give them in advertising. But anyways, but we are actually going to follow a prep sheet that I have. And it's going to kind of help us kind of do, get these ready for the freezer as we go along. Couple of top tips if you've never done a freezer meal workshop. When you do baggies, even if I suggest this type of seal rather than the slider seals, if you bought slider seals for a workshop, you're going to be fine. I just find these get a better seal and less leaky. Do you agree? Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's definitely one thing. The other thing is I prep all my meat beforehand, so that way it's already in a bag and there's no cutting or, meat juices floating around, and makes things go really seamless. And I literally did that last night as I was watching basketball, just like kind of throwing meat into bags. Other things, Sarah, I'm going to let you share this one. How many tablespoons is a capful?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. I love the seasoning. So a capful is 2 tablespoons. A half a cap is 1 tablespoon. And yes, you got to share the extra secret.
The little happy, the smiley, the mouth.
Yes, I got to get my light on so people can see. The smiley face, you think you can see it, which is really the pour spout, but I call it the smiley face. That is 2 teaspoons. Half a smile is 1 teaspoon. But really, just eyeball it, you'll be fine. That is another thing I do not measure because we can eyeball things. We are cooking, we are not baking. This is not chemistry, this is just cooking. And as my friend Margaret always says, a recipe is just a guideline. So I will give you some ideas on how to adjust as needed when it comes to some of the recipes based on your family's taste buds and stuff. And then the other thing is too, I will share some of my tips that I do, especially when it comes to ground meat, in making meat mixtures rather than actually making full on whatever you're making. So that said, I'm going to jump right on in. And we are going to start with the Italian meatball subs, which I am super excited about. We love meatball subs at my house. And I will tell you too, the Mamma Mia marinara seasoning that we are going to use here, whenever I do any type of meatball, even if I'm using frozen meatballs, I'm adding the Mamma Mia meatballs or Mamma Mia marinara sauce into my sauce for flavor, because it's just the best. All right, so you're gonna see, I've talked to you here, but you're gonna be able to see my workspace here. I use a Tastefully Simple drink bucket, old drink bucket that's been cleaned to hold my bags. And the reason why I do that is because they're tall and they're narrow. You don't have to, it just works for me. When you open your bag, if you notice, I flip the seal around like this. And I keep it tall. That way it kind of keeps it open and tall, and I'm not getting any food remnants on the seal. So again, you'll get a better seal. All right, so into this meat mixture, I've got ground beef and pork in there. We're gonna add half a cup of panko breadcrumbs, a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 large egg, our onion, and our Mamma Mia marinara. All right, give me a second while I get all those ingredients. And I'm going to tell you, I totally did a rookie mistake today, or this week. I totally, one of the biggest things I always tell people when you do your grocery shopping is shop your pantry first. So, you know, check to see, do I have panko breadcrumbs? Do I have Dijon mustard? Do I have Parmesan cheese? I apparently did not check, because I now have 4 just about full containers of panko breadcrumbs in my house.
Oh, geez.
So if you're lacking on the panko, I got you covered. Oh, Lordy. All right, Parmesan cheese, same thing here, guys. Don't measure, just do a full capful of this. You'll be good to go. Okay, totally random top tip for you all. Do you know the tops of Parmesan cheese containers go easily on top of a mason jar?
Oh.
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
know
trying to
that.
see if I might have a mason jar right here. Okay, here we go. Ready? Watch this magic. Woo! Boom.
Ooh. Ooh,
So you can use this to put your Parmesan cheese and make it look prettier. Or I know a lot of people who do this and then they put a straw, and it's an easy way to have like cute little glasses. So do not throw away your Parmesan cheese tops. Little total random trick. Okay, we've got my cheese, my egg. I got to get my onion.
Are you burned?
It calls for 1 tablespoon of onion. So I'm doing half a capful. And 1 tablespoon of Mamma Mia marinara. FYI, there is red pepper in Mamma Mia marinara. So if you or someone in your family isn't huge on a lot of spice, especially if this is your first time using it, sorry about the puppy, maybe cut back a little bit on it. I know my family likes this one. It's not too spicy for us, so I go all in. All right. So now here's where I was just saying, like, I kind of take some liberties here. The original recipe calls for you to actually ball all this meat up right now. I don't think that is the greatest idea. I prefer to actually make a meat mixture right now. And then when the time comes to make this, let's say you're not feeling meatballs, you're feeling more meatloaf. So you can make a Mamma Mia meatloaf with this and do it in the crock pot. Maybe you're just like, I can't air fry this, Kath, today. You want to do a meatloaf in the crock pot, you can do that. Or let's say you really would like a Italian burger. This is basically burger mix ready to go. So I like options, but making meatballs is always an option too. If you wanted right now, you totally could ball all of this meat up. Again, for time, I think it makes more sense to make it a meat mixture right now, and then freeze the meat mixture, and then choose your own adventure when it's time to make your dinner. that make sense,
No.
Sarah? Do you agree with that? How do you feel about
I
it?
do. I think I was thrown off by that when I first did freezer meals, but I think it's much easier. And when you store it in the freezer, like you've taught us to do, where you make the Ziploc
Yes.
totally flat because it makes a lot more space, it thaws quicker too, versus these fat meatballs that are, so I think it's easier.
Good.
Then
Okay,
you
I'm
can
glad
mix
you
it
like
one
that
more time
concept.
too. Like it's just easier.
Yeah. See, and I agree. And you'll notice when we do burgers in a minute, I'm going to show you another way, the same concept with that too. So yeah, so I am going to, first of all, take your meat. What I like to do, let's see, make sure you can see that. Like Sarah was just saying, I spread it all out very even, and you want to get that air out of the bag as much as possible. So as you're spreading, get the air out and then flatten it right on out. Whoop, my air keeps popping out. Got a lot of air in that meat. Okay, so now, because this is a meatball recipe, we do want to be prepared if we are going to make meatballs. And I will tell you, you can do this same concept that we're going to do with a meatloaf or a burger too. So here's our meat mixture. We're going to get another gallon-sized bag out. Maybe. There we go. And in this gallon-sized bag, we're going to add crushed tomatoes and more of the Mamma Mia marinara sauce. Holy moly. Let me get my crushed tomatoes. I thought I had some in here, maybe. See, this is me not shopping my pantry. All right, I bought crushed tomatoes. There we go. Okay, and it calls, this is a 28 ouncer, so I'm gonna only do half of that. So when you go to make this, again, if you make meatballs, great, throw them in your air fryer. If you make burgers, great. You're using this sauce. So if you make it into a burger, use the sauce as like a fun little sauce on top, right, of your burger. So you're making a fun Italian burger with a little tomato sauce on top. If you turn this into a meatloaf, bake it with this sauce right with it, right? So lots of fun ways to do this. So 4 tablespoons of Mamma Mia marinara. You put that in your bag. I probably could have done this in a quart size bag. I just realized that's all right. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take one more bag. Oh, actually, I've been using reusable bags lately for when I have to bag my bags. So you could get another gallon-sized bag and bag your bags, or I'm just gonna put them all into one bag here. And when I put it in there, I'm just gonna let the meatball subside. Like, you know what? That's not gonna fit in there. We're gonna use a gallon-sized bag. How many ways can I mess up? It's a lot of fun. All right, so we're gonna put our meatball sub mixture here. And then I'm gonna add my sauce mixture right on top. Thank you. I know. Seal it up. And let that air out because it'll freeze easier that way. All right. Let's see. Yes, and you can always like to make sure you can see the label on there. All right, so meal 1 is done. All right. Gonna rock. I need to cross things off when I do things. Okay, Sarah, I'm gonna pop to the next one. You good?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I knew you were, but okay. So what I'm going to do is we're gonna make our roasted garlic and red pepper chicken. We have made this as a family. This has been a new family favorite. Everyone gobbled this up. Great in the air fryer. Also, grill this puppy up. This is a great grilling recipe. So you can kind of choose your own adventure on how you're going to cook this one. In this bag, I've got roasted garlic chicken. Now, the original recipe says you could do your chicken separate into different sandwich baggies. I'm not going to do it that way. I don't like to do that. I'm just gonna throw everything right in here. Okay, so we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I know I have my olive oil somewhere. Well, where did it go? I got it today. Maybe I didn't. I thought I pulled out olive oil earlier today. Sarah, do you see it in my kitchen? All right, I'll just use avocado oil. I know I got. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of oil. We're gonna add some red wine vinegar. Oh, I know where it is. It's right over here. Got my olive oil. A little bit of red wine vinegar. Ooh, they gave me apple cider vinegar. Oh, well, let's see if I have red wine. Oh, I do. All right, that worked out. I knew I was low.
You ordered it and you still have it. I love it.
What's that?
You ordered it and you have it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
exactly. It happens.
We're just running low.
All right, so some of that. Then we're gonna add the roasted red pepper and garlic cheese ball. So this is a packet. You can make it as a cheese ball. You can make it in this recipe. I have made it so many different ways. I stuffed, what did I stuff? I stuffed jalapenos and bell peppers with it. Went over, and then I air fried that. That was incredible. So delicious. All right, and then we're add a little bit of Dijon mustard. Again, don't measure, just do a big old squirt. You'll be fine. And this basically is going to create this marinade for all these chicken breasts. You pull them out, you air fry them up, and you're ready to go. Oh my goodness. Apparently I also need Dijon mustard. There. Okay. So there's that. And that's a real easy one. So that one is all done. Have you had this cheese ball yet, Sarah?
Have I had what yet?
This new cheese ball yet?
No, this is definitely, I've not ordered anything that has this, but I agree. Even if it's not like a recipe that's in here, pretty much if you just figure out what meat or like a stuffed pepper type of thing that you want to do it in. I think the only time I actually use things as cheese balls is when I just haven't used the second packet in the box type of a thing. And then a party comes around and I'm like, you know,
Right.
then it's nice to have that available. But I love how they use them in like pasta sauces and,
Yes.
you know, stuffed chicken, things like that. The recipes are amazing for that because it makes the perfect sauce.
It does. It does. That's a really good point. So anytime you see a cheese ball from Tastefully Simple, make it with a little cream cheese and then add a little milk to it. And it makes a like Alfredo sauce or like a creamy sauce. And it's so good and unique and different. So yeah, so that is meal 2 done. All right. Meal 3 is going to use the other packet of this, and we are going to make burgers. Now, again, like I mentioned and Sarah mentioned, with this one, we are going to make, oh my Lord, I need to just have another cup. We're going to make a meat mixture. Now, I'm going to do a quick TO. This recipe is a cheesy stuffed burger. Isaac White does not like cheese stuffed burgers. I found this out last year and he freaked out that I put the cream cheese in the burger. So here's what I'm going to do. And you are welcome to do it this way, or you can make a stuffed burger and freeze each patty. But I'm going to make one baggie with the cream cheese and the dip in it. So that way people can smear it on their bun or put it on top of their burger instead of having it stuffed.
That works just as well. And I think there's other Tastefully Simple recipes that did it that way instead of a stuffed burger. It doesn't like, and especially if you just don't like messy burgers or something that might ooze out. It works either way.
It does. And I think it was almost like Isaac doesn't like surprises.
Yeah, didn't like the what's in the middle.
Yeah, this was like, it was a very unhappy surprise to him. And so I learned my lesson the hard way as a mama. And you know, you live and learn. All right, so I'm actually gonna make the meat mixture first. I've got my ground beef right here. In there, I'm gonna add a tablespoon, half a capful of onion. And then our seasoned pepper, just a little teaspoon of seasoned pepper. If you have the mini baby, that would be like a capful of this one, just so you know. But I have a full size because that one is something that I had.
Did you say that the mini cap is just 1 tablespoon?
About
That makes sense. I don't think I knew that.
It's just like a smidge more.
Okay.
But right around there for guidance purposes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this mixture here. I can't get over how gloomy it is outside. It's like super dark out.
I know.
That's after these 2 really nice sunny days. That's kind of sad and depressing. All right, so again, with my meat mixture, I'm gonna flatten it out and I will show you, like Sarah said, how I score my burgers. So that way you're ready to go and you can just peel them off as you go. Just flattening my meat. I may have not have had as much meat as I thought I did, but that's all right. Oh, there it is. All the meat's hiding in the corner. So when I make burgers, I flatten them and we end up having not round burgers, but we end up having rectangular burgers because this is how I make this happen. All right, let's see. You can see it, right? So you karate chop it down the middle. Then you karate chop it into thirds on one side and karate chop it into thirds on the other side. And now, oh, that kind of messed up. Now you've got 6 burgers ready to go. And I'm gonna just make I like to do it this way. There we go. 6 burgers ready to go. And I'm gonna make our cream cheese mixture next to it. Let me grab my cream cheese. And I'm gonna make that all in a what's it called? Quart size bag. You could honestly, if you are feeling super lazy, do one of these, take the block of cream cheese, take this, throw it in the bag and be done. I am gonna mix it up real quick just so it's one less thing I gotta worry about the day I make this. And bonus, when you have cream cheese in a bag, you can squirt it. And so you can just do like little squirts.
Oh yeah.
Clip the tip type of idea.
Yeah, like a frosting piping.
Yes, exactly. So then you can kind of make it fun for the kids and everything. So, or adults who like to play with their food too, which I may or may not know a couple people like that. All right, cream cheese. I should have softened it before I did this, but I didn't. So whoops. Come on, Mr. Cream Cheese, come out. There we go. Again, shop your pantry. I had a block of cream cheese. But did I order one? Sure did. Oh my goodness me, oh my. All right, there's that. I'm just gonna add that packet right in there.
Oh my God.
There. And then smush that around. And now I've got my bags ready to go. Get my air out of there. Sarah, you got plans for the weekend?
Yeah, to do absolutely nothing. This is the start of going into my vacation, a staycation week next week. So, and it's, you know, it's supposed to be kind of rainy and gloomy. So I was outside yesterday and got my outdoor time. So no, this is kind of indoor and it's prepping this stuff and it's laundry and all that other fun adult stuff. So no, it's just getting ready for next week. So this is really kind of perfect timing.
That's awesome. Oh, that makes me happy. Staycation. You know, the one thing I really wanted to do, and I haven't done, and I'm kicking myself, I didn't get tickets for it. And I think it's just about done, but that Van Gogh.
Oh, yes, yes. Because it was in Buffalo and then here. I have not done that either. It looks so pretty.
It really does. I know, you know, the girl Jen Delfave, who sometimes joins us.
Mm-hmm.
She did it with her kids even, and they loved it.
Nice.
I didn't know if you and Allie would want to do something like that.
She probably would love it. She would think it's so pretty.
Yeah. Oh, and I know you like to do plays with her. They're doing Anastasia at Wayne.
Are they? Is that what they're doing this year?
Yeah, not this weekend, but next weekend.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to see what she's doing then.
Yeah. All right. Burger's done.
I finished.
My dog keeps looking at me like, are you planning on dropping anything? Because I'm planning on eating it. Oh, all right. We are moving on to an easy peasy recipe. Sweet mesquite pork chops. Can't beat this one, guys. Okay, so
Kathy, have you done all the, have you already tested out these or have you had this sauce?
I have not done all of them. I haven't had this on pork chops, but I've done the same recipe on chicken. This sauce, Sarah,
Yeah.
I am obsessed with it. And I was always a huge smoky bacon barbecue fan.
Uh-huh.
I'm liking this one better.
Nice. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely got that like pub feel. And I think a little French fried onions with this sauce on a burger or chicken or anything like that will go a long way.
Nice.
All right, so we've got my boneless pork chops right in here. We're going to add, and I have some of it in the fridge, so I'm going to grab that. I think, oh, maybe I used it all. Hold on, let's look. See, that's how much I love it. I feel like I've already used it. A full jar? Have I already used a full jar? I might have. Okay, no big deal. Good thing I got one that came through. Sweet mesquite sauce. Maybe. There we go. Pop that open. There we go. So 1/4 cup, gonna bring you right down to like the green line right there. Then we're gonna add 1/2 capful of onion. We're gonna add a little bit of seasoned pepper, just a shake or two. That's all you need. And that was way too much, but that's fine. And then some lime juice. I actually decided to just do juice this way because it's easier sometimes. There we go. And that's it. You can't, now it does call for you to reserve a little bit of the sauce in a small baggie if you wanted to like brush it on. I don't think I need to do that. I think I'll be okay, although I do love this sauce. But I think I'm just gonna leave that sauce in my fridge, and then when I know it's time to grab it, I can just grab it and go type of thing and brush it on. But you totally could do that. All right, and pork chops, done. You can't get much easier than that. All right, so the next recipe is either salmon or you could do chicken. And it's pretty much almost the same thing that we just did. I am gonna do chicken for this one. Let's see, not cha-cha chicken. We are doing sweet mesquite chicken. And actually I put a lot of chicken in there. That's all right. So what we're gonna do is you could either put your salmon fillets right in your bag, or you can put it or put your chicken in. If you're doing salmon, what I'm going to suggest is season your salmon and then put your sauce to the side and you'll brush that on. If you're doing chicken, you could throw it all in one bag. So with salmon, the sauce would probably roll off rather than marinate the chicken. So you don't want to put the sauce on until the end after the salmon has fully cooked. For the chicken, what we're going to do, we're going to season it with our seasoned pepper and add that sauce right in it to marinate. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna add a little 1/4 cup here and done. Oop, and I totally didn't do my own rule of flipping that over, but I did get a taste test of that sauce and it's so good. All right, it's great because it's got that mesquite type of flavor, but the sweetness, I don't know. I just am obsessed with this sauce. All right. So there's that. That was an easy recipe too. Again, all of these recipes, air fryer, fantastic. If you are a griller and you would rather grill them up, these are all very easy to grill too. All right, now the next one, not so much grilling. This is a fun one. This is an air fryer pizza pinwheel. All right. So, and I just realized I should have been keeping my pizza crust. I had it out. I should keep it in the fridge. It rolls better when it's cold. All right. 1 second. Let me get I find when you're using something like this, having a surface to do it on is really helpful. Okay, so what I did was I already browned up and put in my new Cutie Pie Tastefully Simple Tupperware. How adorable is that? Got really excited. I earned it for like an incentive or whatever. But what we're gonna do, I'm going to put some Mamma Mia marinara sauce and crushed tomatoes and put that in a jar, in a small container right now. I'm gonna put that in the microwave and just kind of roll that up. Then I'm going to take my, what is this, pizza dough, put that all out. And then what I'm gonna do is spread it out and put the sauce, cheese, sausage, and pepperoni. And honestly, you can do whatever you really wanted as far as pizza and roll it up. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do in a nutshell, but now you can kind of watch what I'm gonna do as I go ahead and do it. All right, so I got my crushed tomatoes. Put that in the dish. Mamma Mia. Where is she? Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. Again, I would suggest if you don't like a lot of spice, maybe adjust as needed with that Mamma Mia marinara. And I'm gonna put that in the microwave. While that's happening, and get out my pepperoni and mozzarella. Here we go. Someone used to call these containers that pop the adult version of a Jack in a Box. All right, I'm gonna spread this out on the surface, make it nice and long. Pizza crust like this is one of my favorite things to use on so many levels. I use it for calzones, I use it for stromboli, all sorts of fun things. I love a good pizza crust dough from that rolls out easy enough. Okay, so here I go. We're gonna spread this onto my dough. I'm gonna stay away from the edges just because I know when I roll it up, it's going to kind of plop out a little more. So you don't need a ton here. There we go. Very kid-friendly, this recipe. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to, actually I'm gonna put my ground sausage on top of that. And I did that last night, again, while watching basketball. Then I'm gonna put some cheese and pepperoni on top of that. Maybe. Where did I put my scissors? There. Add that cheese. We like our cheese. Again, kind of staying away from the edges, so you're not going to get that on the seam. And then layer some pepperoni on there. We always have pepper. This one I did check my fridge for because I was like, we always have pepperoni. PJ loves to make, he calls them pepperoni quesadillas, which is basically some Tastefully Simple Mamma Mia marinara sauce with the red sauce, because I always have that on hand. He takes cheese and he takes the pepperoni Then he puts it in the microwave and you can't beat that. So that's kind of his go-to when he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch. I'm like, well, make yourself your pizza quesadilla. And it works. All right. So if you notice, the cutting board I grabbed was kind of like a jelly roll type of idea. And that's just gonna help you kind of roll, actually I'm gonna do it this way. Roll it a little easier. And be kind with yourself. If you have to turn it into a stromboli, no shame in that game, okay? So watch, see how I have a flexible cutting board? I'm gonna use that to kind of help me guide and roll this way. There we go. That's a fatty. These are fatties, okay? That is one fatty roll for sure. So what I'm actually going to do, and I think this is what everyone should do, I'm going to freeze it like this rather than cut it right now into sections, because this is going to be so much easier to cut when it's frozen than doing it right now, and a lot less messy. So you're going to take your baggie and you're going to take this fatty and you're going to gently put it in the bag. Like a little baby. Oh my goodness, maybe. Oh, this could be fun. This is live television, everyone. Okay, so yeah, I am gonna freeze it like this. That was fun. Now, again, you could totally bake this like this in your air fryer and turn it into a stromboli. I mean, that's really what this is a big old pizza roll, right? I know up in the North Country, there's this place that they love that they call pizza rolls. If you anyone knows St. Lawrence region, they have this place, Sergi's, I think it's called Sergi's. Sergi's makes great pizza rolls. That's basically what this is. All right, so again, I am gonna freeze mine like this. Actually, I'm gonna put it right in the freezer right now. I'm gonna call it pizza roll. And then once it's frozen, defrost it a smidge and then slice it. That's my tip. All right, there is that one. Okie dokie. So the next one we're going to do, oh, I gotta cross that off, is cha-cha mahi tacos, or you could be using chicken for this one too. I can't remember what I'm doing. Hold on. Am I doing mahi or am I doing?
Does your family eat fish? All your family?
No, 3 of the 5 of us do. So 60%. Evie will sometimes.
Wait, what?
Will you eat chicken? Or not chicken, fish.
Yeah.
She'll eat some fish, not all fish. She likes fish sticks. That's true. She loves some fish sticks.
Yeah.
I am going to
14 seconds left here.
take my mahi. I'm going to do the fish. So I'm going to do I got tilapia. And for each fillet, it says to actually marinate the chicken. Excuse me. I keep mixing up fish and chicken. Marinate the fish and then divide it into 6 bags. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. That's my plan.
Never get.
I will say too, doing fish in a air fryer is awesome. It's the only way I'll do fish now.
Kathy, at the end of this, because I don't want to interrupt this, I guess we only experimented when we first got an air fryer, and we really don't use it for anything other than like frozen foods.
Yep.
If we're being really lazy, like a hot dog, because it just takes a couple minutes, something like that. I guess I've never used it. What can you line it with? I don't have a rack, and like, things that are saucy and stuff, I guess, can you just go over like how else to use the air fryer and little tips and tricks like that without making a total mess and having your air fryer have the nasty coating in the bottom and all that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I should tell you this. You don't want to ever use aerosol spray, cooking spray in your air fryer. It can actually ruin the basket. And I don't know what that means. I didn't really look into it. I just saw the rule and I was like, oh, that's good to know. Definitely having the right air fryer for your family is huge too, because I originally had one that I liked, but then I realized I'm like, oh, this doesn't really, it's not big enough. It doesn't fit what we need to do. So there's that piece to it too. So if you are looking to get a new air fryer or looking to get your first one, you definitely want to check and see the size of the basket and how the air fryer opens. My original one was like one of those pull drawers like this. I didn't like that because I felt like I was losing space. And you really aren't supposed to put a ton of stuff in the air fryer when you use it. So then I was like, well, but there's all this airspace, so I felt like I was losing space and it was taking too long. So I did end up getting a different one I'm much happier with. Not that I'm, want you to go get a new one, but just so you know, if you ever do decide to get one, it's wider rather than tall, if that makes. And I really like that concept better. So there's that. Now I will say too, doing a burger in there with this wider base is so much better. I can fit 4 burgers at the bottom of it. Before I couldn't, and I just didn't know what I didn't know type of thing. Let's see. Specifically, another big tip using an air fryer is, and I know these recipes don't always say to do this, but I swear by it, is to preheat your air fryer. And what I mean by preheat, it doesn't have to be exactly to the temperature that you want it to be. You just want it to be warm when you put it in. So what I usually do is when I'm starting to prep dinner or something, I just turn the air fryer on. I put it on a setting of 400, whatever whatever. It doesn't even have to be that for the recipe. I just put it at 400 and let it just kind of warm up. And then when I put my food in there, I do feel that it's almost like it's way more ready for it than it would be if it wasn't. You know what? Now that I'm looking at this too, because I'm not going to put this into individual bags. I think this will be fine. So I basically, just an FYI, what I just did, I added onion, cha-cha chili, lime juice, and olive oil. And hold on. Send to voicemail. There we go. Added all of those in there. And I think that's an easy way for me to, I don't think you need to separate these at all. This will just go straight into the air fryer. I will not be able to put all 6 of these in there. I probably can get 3 of these tilapias in there.
Okay.
So that is the one negative about air fryer cooking, is that you may not have all the space that you would normally have in an oven or on a grill or something like that.
For sure. Definitely with my model, because it is that one where you pull the bucket out.
Yep.
What do your shoes look like?
Yeah, that's one thing that I really got kind of annoyed with after a while. I have, if you were curious, I have the Power XL. And what I like about it, it's not only an air fryer, it's got 2 different lids, so I can turn it into a crock pot. I can turn it into an actual grill. Or an air fryer, and I do use it for all those different types of things. So I do like that one.
Oh, dang.
All right, here we go. We are on to freeze and fry chicken nuggets. So this one, a little different because you're actually going to freeze them on a cookie sheet, breaded. Typically, whenever I do a breaded chicken, I don't bread it at the workshop, and Sarah knows this. I tend to put all the breading and things like that you would need to bread with in a baggie. But for this, because we're going to freeze and fry them as actual chicken nuggets like you would get from the store, I am going to give this a whirl because I was actually really curious to see how this would play out. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to get my little dishes because we are going to bread our chicken. Hold on.
I see the hair in the face.
I believe these are Pampered Chef dishes, so shout out to my Pampered Chef peeps. Let's see, yes, the Pampered Chef. And they're specifically made for breading. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put our breadcrumbs in one. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump it all in there. A little bit of our Parmesan cheese. And then our cha-cha chili lime.
I got pumpkin.
And so now we're kind of creating that breading, right? For our chicken. Then in another dish, I'm gonna add eggs, water, flour, and a little more cha-cha chili. All right, so I think it's 2 eggs. Maybe. There we go. 1, 2. And oops, we gotta do it this way. What I say, flour and water. Water. There we go. Mix that together. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out my a cookie sheet so I can freeze all the nuggets on the cookie sheet individually. And that way, once they're frozen, I'll put them in another baggie so they're ready to go. So you don't have to make all the nuggets at once, which is kind of cool. Kind of like you would get at the grocery store. All right, where's my chicken nugget stuff? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually season up my chicken with a little extra of that cha-cha chili lime. And I'm gonna get my cookie sheet. I would say if you want, throw a little foil on the cookie sheet. One less thing you gotta do for cleanup. Maybe.
I did it.
All right. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a huge fan of breading chicken and the messiness that ensues here. So my sensory needs may come out here today. All right, so we're gonna take a little nugget, grab a little bit of chicken. Again, I cubed this chicken up last night, dip it in your breading and put it on the thing. Very kid-friendly, little tedious, but you know exactly what's going into this, and that's the beauty of having that. And you can tell your kids, hey, I made homemade chicken nugs.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Wait, are they exactly colored? Oh, dang.
Sarah, is this one that you're making or no? Oh, I left. If you're out in Facebook land, I'm so glad you're here. Give me a comment below. Again, I won't know if you're doing it, but I can't wait to hear from you and tell me if you think these look good. Whoop, almost forgot the breading on that one.
Let me see.
Sarah, are you making this one?
Let me see your center.
No, I did just like the first 5 is what I'm just slowly going
Gotcha.
through. So I was just gonna do a few at a time. But I have to say, going back to like grilling and the air fryer and like what you have the capacity for, whatever. Because I was a little kind of like, air fryer, I don't know about this. But it's also interesting to me to kind of figure out with some of these meats, because some of these are faster times too. Grilling is fairly fast. And I think it's just summer and whatever.
Yep.
But I think it is nice to know, especially when you do want to use the air fryer or it's cruddy weather out or it's just a cold day and you don't want to grill, whatever. So it is interesting to me for some of these that you can do these in the air fryer.
Yeah. And you know what too, especially on a hot day, sometimes I don't even want to grill on a hot day.
Yeah, because
The
that
nice
puts
thing-
off a lot of heat.
Yeah, the air fryer doesn't heat up your kitchen.
Correct. It's like using a slow cooker in the summer, which seems weird,
Yeah,
but if it's not going to
exactly.
put off
So,
heat,
you know,
that's
there's
great.
definite benefits for sure. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I hate this. I hate breading chicken. I don't know what it is. Like, it grosses me out. Oh, dog's barking. I don't know what he's barking at. Abby, go find out what he's barking at. So this would totally be a kid job, in my opinion.
What?
No, not right now. I'm just about done. Next time, Abby, you can do it, okay?
Good, because I'm in the middle of the game.
Okay, but thank you for offering. All right, there we go. Yep. So yeah, you can do a couple at a time and it won't be an issue. I was afraid it would get sticky in the pan, but no, it's totally going fine here. All right. Honestly, I probably could have made the egg mixture in the baggie
What doll do you have?
and then pulled them out and put them in the bread. But live and learn.
Hannah. Hannah, what doll do you have?
Homemade chick nugs. All right, so again, I'm gonna take this and flash freeze this type of idea in the freezer. Once they're frozen nuggets, I can put them in a clean gallon size bag and have chicken nuggets whenever you want. I'm gonna wash my hands, give me 2 seconds.
What?
There's that. Put this
Hannah,
in the freezer.
did you have this for the last time? It is really hard to find.
There's that. Toss this. Alrighty. Okie dokie, give me 1 second. Gotta finish cleaning this up. Okay. 2 more recipes to go. One super easy, other one kind of meh, but we'll be fine. Okay, so we are going, this is cha-cha chicken. This is not what we're making, Kathy. We are making Dijon peppery chicken. Dijon. Okay, so I have my chicken breast right here. We are going to, in here, oh dear, just joking. We're in this baggie. We are going to add mustard and seasoned pepper and a little bit of melted butter right in here. Actually, I'm gonna do that all in one little thing here. I'm gonna add that, seasoned pepper, a little bit of mustard, and then I'll add my melted butter in there. So for this one, I am not going to bread it. I am gonna put the breadcrumbs in a baggie so I can do that later. Oh my gosh, apparently I really, whoa, need
What
mustard.
doll do you have?
Okay, add some butter.
The one who's jumping? Why? Where's my game? You'll have to wait.
I'm looking at this recipe and I know it calls for the melted butter, but I'm almost thinking I would, if I were to do this again, use mayo and make a mayo kind of a dressing for instead of the butter. I don't know, just a thought. Sometimes mayo tends to stick better to chicken, I feel. But either way. All right, got my butter. Ooh, sorry, comment. Adding it right there. Stir that up smidgen. So we're gonna add that to the chicken. This is just gonna coat the chicken and marinate the chicken.
like face down.
And then in a separate baggie,
Where are you?
I am going to
Yeah.
put
Where are you?
breadcrumbs, and then I'm gonna bag my bags, and they'll be done. So this is kind of one that just real simple. You're just gonna dredge it in the breadcrumbs, or if you didn't want to have breadcrumbs, you could totally grill this without the breadcrumbs, or excuse me, air fry this without the breadcrumbs. It's just a peppery Dijon chicken. Very simple recipe. I'm actually not gonna put breadcrumbs in a baggie just because I know I have 3 containers full in my cupboard now. So I'm not gonna lose out, but if you had breadcrumbs, reserve those into a quart size bag, and then put your bags in your bags and you're good to go. All right, last one. Okay, so this is a fun one. This next one is gonna be fun. This is I'm making quite the mess today. Holy moly. This one, you ready for this? Kind of silly, but we are making chili cheese dogs. Have I ever made chili cheese dogs in my life? No. So we're gonna all kind of go into this blindly and see where it takes us. So again, we're gonna use pizza crust. I'm gonna get that out in a second, and we're going to make them into small squares. Now, you could also, if you didn't want a thick pizza crust around your chili cheese dog, you could also use a crescent roll. So choose your own adventure with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, each square that we're gonna have is going to have ground beef with our cha-cha chili seasoning mixed in there, and diced tomatoes. We're gonna sprinkle some cheese on top, and then we're going to roll a hot dog up burrito style. All right, and kind of pinch in those seams. I am going to individually wrap these. Actually, I'm not going to individually wrap them. I'm going to put them individually into quart-size freezer bags instead of wrapping them. I don't want to wrap them. That's just a pain in my butt. I hate saran wrap. It drives me insane. Okay, so here I go.
Hannah, are you in? Are you getting dressed up and stuff?
If I can find my pizza dough. There it is. Okay.
So wrap it in some-
I am actually, I've got some leftover of that crushed tomatoes, so I'm just going to use that and then throw my cha-cha chili lime in there. And then I'm going to add that to my ground beef. I've already kind of done my ground beef. I did onion, ground beef, and a little bit of the seasoned pepper. And we're just going to kind of throw all that sauce on top. There's that. The recipe calls for Mexican style cheese. Use whatever cheese you have, guys. Please don't feel, again, recipes are guidelines. Do not feel you have to do it exactly as they tell you. If you want to use the leftover mozzarella and not have to buy extra mozzarella, do that. If you have leftover cheddar from taco night one night, do that. So please play with your food. Do not have to follow exactly.
This recipe anyway, with the tastily simple spices, I feel like especially with that cha-cha chili lime seasoning and everything too, it's almost too much seasoning. You're never gonna, like, you don't even need it.
Right, I agree, absolutely.
You know, because the Mexican cheese blend has the seasoning in it.
Just a little extra, exactly.
Yeah, I think this is completely fine to have with plain cheese.
I'm gonna use my mozzarella because I've got it handy, and cheese is cheese in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I never met a cheese I didn't love either. It's funny though, my kids do have specific taste buds when it comes to cheese. I feel like Isaac, there's one cheese that he's like super like anti, and we're like, what? Gary and I are like, what is wrong with you? But you know, it's kind of like cilantro. You know how people have like very specific feelings for cilantro? It's like he's got very specific cheese feelings. Oh, you can help me. Yeah, you can help me. Evie said hi.
Hiya.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna cut this. I know you do. Go wash your hands, okay?
Why?
Because I asked you to. So I don't know why they tell you to cut it into triangles and then put it into squares. I'm gonna just square this up like this and be done. Okay.
That's why I think the crescent rolls, other than you might need 2 tubes. You know how the crescent rolls come in the triangles, but you can take a rectangle of the
Yeah.
2 if you want less dough. You might need, I can't calculate it out, but you might need 2 packages
Yes.
instead of just using 1 triangle because you're stuffing so much. So you might need 2 tubes of the
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
crescent rolls.
Good point. Okay, no, you don't get to play with it. What you get to do, okay, first thing you're gonna do, right, when I said to put the meat down first. Oh, no, yeah, with chili. Okay, so put this on a square. Yep. Sure, okay, start there.
It's a big fat one.
Yep, and then we're gonna kind of like spread it a little bit, but you wanna stay away from the seams. Then we're gonna take a little bit of cheese, like that. And then we're gonna take a hot dog.
I'm not doing it.
You don't, she says I'm not eating that. But the thing is, you don't know yet if you will like it.
I want hot dogs.
Well, but maybe you like it like this. And I don't know. What do I wrap the whole thing? I don't know. Hamantaschen. It looks
Mummy.
like hamantaschen.
It looks like a mummy.
It looks like a mummy. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, we're going to give this a whirl and see what we think. All right. So then we take our little baby and we put it in a
Look at
baggie.
Mummy.
Our mummy. We put the mummy in a baggie. All right, go ahead. And Evie is doing it. Okay. There you go. We'll put these in here. Maybe we'll have these for lunch. Maybe tomorrow this will be lunch.
Wiener.
You need a wiener.
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 Do we want it like this?
This one, I think maybe we'll do it this way.
Yeah, 'cause they're tiny.
Yeah, this one was a tinier one. That's all right.
You estimated.
I did estimate. Sometimes.
So it was not a good fraction.
All right.
Fractions are fun.
Good job. All right, do the next one. Yeah, good.
This one's a thick boy.
Yeah. Put a little more than that in there. There, good, Ev.
Thicky boy.
You're doing good. A little more cheese in that. There we go. A little more cheese in that. It's a chili cheese dog. We want cheese.
All right. Cheese.
Lots of cheese. Come on, Ev. Fill that cheese in there. Okay, here we go.
A lot of cheese.
Yep, I know.
This one's a thick boy.
Yep, this is a thick boy. All right, and when you use dough, you want to kind of pinch it because it helps seal the deal.
Should I dip into doing it?
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Yeah.
next. There you go. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Spread, spread.
The dog is literally at her feet, hoping and praying for scraps.
More cheese. You wanted a lot of cheese, so I gave you a lot of cheese.
Yeah. Wiener.
We fold the one.
Good.
We fold the two. Then we fold it again. Then pinch, pinch, pinch.
Pinch, pinch, pinch.
We pinch it.
You pinch it. We pinch it.
How does
Pinch,
that hurt
pinch.
if we pinch it?
Well, it's not pinching like hurting.
I'll hurt it.
There you go. Good.
Now that one definitely wants to money. One on cheese, so I'm gonna do
There you go. This might be a good one to do with Girl Scouts.
Uh-huh. Let me put it like this.
And this one again, you could totally do oven if you wanted.
Hold it.
Hold on. Yep. Well, I might have put too much meat on this one. That was my
And this
bad.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing coming fat.
There. Good enough.
A small thing comes in a fat package.
It's the fatty, all right.
I'm not putting as much cheese because it's so
Okay.
small.
All right. We might have to fry these, put these in the air fryer though tomorrow, I think, for lunch.
Wiener. Well,
There you go. Oh,
I
careful.
can't afford it.
Yep, hold on. So that's why sometimes doing it at an angle actually works better.
But I couldn't put it at an angle because it was
No.
so small.
Mm. There you go. Good job. Well done. Thank you. All right. Well, that is officially a freezer meal workshop. Ah, and in 1 hour, we did it, Sarah. 10 meals, 1 hour. I think we are pretty much rock star status at this point. All right.
This is
Thank you for joining me, Sarah, and keeping me company.
Yes.
Always such a delight to see you.
Thank
And
you.
I
You
think
too.
the next one that I will do will probably be a grilling one, since we're just about at grilling seasoning
Yep.
season. Or we can also do a different one too, but there's lots of different ones to check out. But grilling is my guess. We should definitely do that.
Makes sense.
Okay. All right. Have a good one, and I will see you soon. Good to see you, Sarah.
Good to see you.
Bye.